We are coming to you live from the Republic Broadcasting Network, where you can handle the truth. Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we discuss neuroscience and new human rights issues on TM Radio. Unlike many other things, our newsletter is free, and you can receive a copy by writing Frank at targetedmassachusetts.org. In the subject line, type newsletter, or visit our site at targetedmassachusetts.org. And in the navigation, go to contact information. Please fill in your name, email address, cell number, and a short message. Or you can call me in the U.S. at 1-508-857-8334. You can also text me at that number. Call into the station and ask a question at 800-313-9443. Or you can listen at 605-313-0163. Targeted Massachusetts Northeast Conference airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. By phone, 515-604-9715. Access code 708-922. ID Targeted. If you'd like to join us by computer, in your address bar, type join.freeconferencecall.com/targeted. That has changed, by the way. Our YouTube channel is Targeted Massachusetts. The Schumann resonance for the day is 26. It's a lot better than it's been, but it's far above 7.3. Targeted Justice is hosting a rally and protest event in our nation's capital. This is taking place October the 18th through the 22nd. The registration fee is $35 and includes a free T-shirt. We encourage you to request a 5-minute audience with your congressman. You will need to make a request several weeks in advance. Make the request through your congressman's website and ask for an appointment on October the 21st or the 22nd. I'd just like to say that this registration fee covers costs, and it also satisfies Secret Service. Since you have the T-shirt on your back, it identifies you as a person who is part of the group. Okay, we have a new, or actually not new, but we have a conference call in New York. And it's for TI support, and it occurs every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. By phone, 605-313-5569. Access code 516586. And that is also a free conference call. It is hosted by Janie W. If you have any more requests for information on the gathering in Washington, go to targetedjustice.com This will take you to their home page. At the top of the page, you'll see Targeted Protest 2019. Click or tick on that link, and that will bring you to a page that will give you all of the information that you will need. Okay, tonight we're looking at neuroscience, neurotechnology, the age of. First, I'd like to go through a definition. And this definition is for intellectual property. This is what it currently states. In general terms, intellectual property is any product of the human intellect that the law protects from unauthorized use by others. Intellectual property is traditionally comprised of 4 categories: patent, copyright, trademark, and trade secrets. In 2013, then President Obama called attention to the potential impact of neuroscience on human rights, emphasizing the need to address questions. And he states, relating to privacy, personal agency, and moral responsibility for one's actions, questions about stigmatization and discrimination based on neurological measures of intelligence, or other traits, and questions about the appropriate use of neuroscience in the criminal justice system. Presidential Commission for the Study of Bioethical Issues. Okay. He is talking Future Cop. The targeted community and many, many private citizens of the world are not criminals. We are not criminals, and we do not deserve to be scanned, targeted, hurt, and isolated. I take you now to a quote by John Milton in 1634. Thou canst not touch the freedom of my mind. So, the definition of intellectual property is going to change. And it is going to include anything and everything that can be mined or data mined. And it must be signed, it must be ratified, it must be put into effect immediately. Because even Mr. Obama's objection was about Future Cop. So, under the guises of Future Cop, this was allowed out of the cage by the Brain Initiative. Sadly, when President Obama signed that into law, he opened the gate for DARPA, for Lockheed Martin, for Raytheon, and many companies to stampede with fists full of dollars and make advancements in military. So these rapid advancements in human neuroscience and technology opened the possibilities for accessing, collecting, sharing, and manipulating information from your brain. Now, there are important challenges to the already in place human rights principles. They need to be updated to prevent unintended consequences. Every day, the technology gets deeper. They are able to probe deeper. In terms of the context of the human rights framework, there is nothing there that protects your brain. Existing human rights may not be sufficient to respond to these issues. A cursory examination of the relationship between neuroscience and human rights, we identify 4 new rights that may become of great relevance in the coming decades. Well, we need them now. The right to cognitive liberty, which is the right to alter one's mental states through technical means, and the right to refuse to do so. Number 2, the right to mental privacy. The right to prevent illegitimate access to our brain information, as well as its sharing or publication. Number 3, the right to mental integrity. The right of individuals to protect their mental dimension from potential harm. And there's a good example, hacking of a neuro device. Hacking of the whole system behind this neuro device. Number 4, the right to psychological continuity. The right to preserve personal identity and the coherence of the individual's behavior from unconsented modification, even if the modification is not harmful per se. The reasoning behind this: the mind is the last refuge of personal freedom and self-determination. Your body can be subjected to any number of hostile actions or come under the control by others. Our mind, however, they could never get to. So, along with our thoughts, beliefs, and convictions, are to a large extent beyond external constraint. With advances in neuromonitoring and neural engineering, brain imaging, and pervasive neurotechnology, the mind might no longer be such unassailable fortress. As I will explain, emerging neurotechnologies have the potential to allow access to at least some components of mental information. I will tell you right now, the extent that these things can invade your mind is incredible. Totally unbelievable. What must be understood is they have access to your thoughts. They have access to your dignity. They have access to your honor. They have access to you without your consent. These so-called advances can be greatly beneficial for individuals and society. They can be misused and create unprecedented threats to the freedom of the mind and to the individual's capacity to freely govern their behavior. A good example of this is China. In China, if you are caught smoking a cigarette in the wrong area, you will get your first black mark on your social standing or your social index. If you get a second black mark, you will not be able to purchase an automobile. You will not be able to purchase real estate. Your family will be disallowed from certain luxuries that others have. If you get a third black mark. Okay, folks, we are going to commercial. Thank you for listening.
Don't believe the church and state and everything they tell you. Believe in me, I'm with the high command. Can you hear me?
Folks, we're living in a world the likes of which we've never perceived any clearer than we do now. The plan for global governance has been in the works for generations and would have likely been achieved by now but for the fact that the globalists left open their Achilles heel. With all their tools, Federal Reserve System, fiat currency, no child left behind, and then Common Core education introduced to our schools to dumb us down, vaccines, pharmaceuticals to lobotomize us, GMO foods, insertion of compromised or bought and paid for politicians, judges, mainstream media propaganda, all pieced together like a puzzle designed to ultimately bring the world under submission. But with all their strategy, they forgot one thing: knowledge. And knowledge is power. With knowledge, their bombardment is nullified. Folks, with that, as brilliant and knowledgeable as you've become, among the wisest audience of any radio audience in the world, and you are, I want you to take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, how much of that knowledge did I obtain from Republic Broadcasting Network? How high has my consciousness been raised since I've been a listener? How fast am I now able to discriminate truth from fake news by being a Republic Broadcasting listener? How clear am I now able to see the world since I've been listening to RBN? Ask yourselves those questions, folks. Then ask yourself, what is that knowledge worth to me? Like my morning coffee, how would I survive without it? A voice of truth in a sea of lies. Do we not all need to make sure it survives? Like public broadcasting, we are now finding we can only survive with listener support. Censorship, advertisers being attacked, truth itself being attacked. It's the only way through this. We at Republic Broadcasting humbly ask you to become a supporter. Look at your budget and make a determination of what Republic Broadcasting is worth to you and what you can afford on a monthly basis. Go to republicbroadcasting.org and pledge 20, 30, 40, 50, if possible, 100 a month or more if it's affordable. Click the donate button and become a regular monthly donor. Assure both us and yourself that Republic Broadcasting truth will continue to flow like that morning coffee. The network thanks you.
Hey, this check is wrong. I worked a holiday and 7 hours of overtime. Not getting paid correctly is a real pain. It could also hurt our boss if our company provides out-of-compliance checks. That's right, construction companies doing business with the government can get fined, or officials of the companies can go to jail if the checks aren't right. It's a law. The Davis-Bacon Act has 30 compliance issues for every check, but there is an easy way for construction companies to be in compliance. EMARS offers Compliant Client, a web-based system that finds and corrects all 30 of the possible out-of-compliance check issues. Users of Compliant Client report an 80% savings in time and money. Running a weekly payroll usually takes about 5 minutes. All 15,000 plus clients of EMARS have never had a legal compliance issue. Plus, they sleep better on check day. Contact EMARS at emarsinc.com or call 480-595-0466.
Never hint at what you really feel. Teach the children quietly, for someday sons and daughters will rise up and fight while we stood still. Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me?
Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we discuss neuroscience and new human rights issues on TM Radio. But first, we have a guest, Catherine from Georgia. Go ahead, Catherine.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Frank, I'd like to say we need to stop this torture to murder program because it is extremely painful and they're not letting me sleep. But this is exactly how you're explaining it. This is exactly the way our government is treating us. Yes. And I don't know how they're able to do it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're correct. And they skate around medical breakthroughs, which I don't deny are wonderful. They skate around Future Cop. So you can be driving down the street, not right now, but soon, and they'll pull you over because they say it looks like that you could commit murder, and they will put you in jail. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise was in a movie about that. But the thing is that those that are torturing us to murder us are doing that right now. And they don't see themselves as anything but elite, but they're not elite. They're assholes.
Thank you
and
very much.
And our government is part of it. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
And okay, do you have any additional comments, Catherine?
Well, no. Thank you.
Okay. Then I hope you enjoy listening, because this particular episode, together with probably 2 more, are going to be one wild ride. I will tell you that.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, in view of the time that we have, I'm going to get right back to this. I don't know whether anyone realizes it, but there is a new type of brain imaging. It's fMRI. Functioning MRI is what the F stands for. So we've come a long way with imaging. We've come a long way with so many things very quickly, like a stampede. But the laws that govern our human rights have not followed suit, because these technologies, for the most part, are top secret. Now, they are just starting to be betrayed by the commercial industries, and we'll get into that. Inside clinical applications, as I said, we are getting significant improvement in the well-being of patients that are suffering from debilitating neurological diseases or disorders outside the clinics. Commercial applications are providing new and different possibilities for cognitive enhancement, personalized communication, and entertainment for the couch potato. A major interest in this further augmentation of our technology is the legal domain, especially tort law, criminal law, and law enforcement. So our attorneys are taking a very hard look at this. And I am sure that if you talk to somebody like John Rutherford, okay, we have to go to commercial once again.
You are tuned in to the Republic Broadcasting Network. Visit our website by going to republicbroadcasting.org.
Tired of being lied to by mass media? It's growing more and more apparent today that news is received less and less through standard media outlets. Even with a growing audience every day, RBN is beginning to direct more efforts into social media. Social media and the use of the internet is fast becoming the primary source of people for news, regardless of demographic. RBN has set out to provide some of the best news on the internet through republicbroadcasting.org, and also has begun to use the tools to our advantage by way of social media. Republic Broadcasting is now operating a Facebook page to function as yet another avenue to have our collective voice reach new audiences across not only America, but across the globe as well. The Facebook page features not only news, but also an RBN player to listen to our broadcast. Get involved by visiting facebook.com/Republic Broadcasting and liking our page and share it with your friends and family, because you can handle the truth.
Many people write us about their experience with Extendivite. Allow me to read you some from Amazon.com. This product is superb. I have been taking it for about a year now, and I can feel my cardiovascular system run like a Swiss watch. I definitely recommend this product for anyone that has high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and heart palpitations, A+. It's potent, but it works. I have been waking up for the past 3 years with numb hands, and a week into using Extendivite, my numb hands seem to have cleared up. My circulation was off, and now it's back on track. So I'm happy. I feel so energized, and I have my husband on it now. My mother-in-law has cholesterol problems, so I bought her a bottle as well. Thank you so much. Love the product. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. Call 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Homeowners, are you in foreclosure, expecting to be served with a foreclosure lawsuit, or suspect your lender has coerced you into an illegal mortgage transaction? A huge number of mortgages made in the last 10 years have legal issues and are possibly defective. State laws and the U.S. Supreme Court have upheld that defective mortgage documents are grounds for foreclosure defense and for counterclaims in favor of the homeowner. If your mortgage has been sold or assigned since closing the loan, it may be defective and you may be paying the wrong party, and the lender may not have standing or the right to foreclose or collect payments under the law. If you would like to know if your mortgage is legal or not, or know if you are paying the right party, we can help. Our initial consultations are free of charge. We are not attorneys. We are legal researchers and work closely with experienced lawyers who know how to help you find the evidence to help you keep your home. Call toll-free 1-855-2-KEEP-IT. That's 1-855-2-KEEP-IT today.
Once again, we are coming to you live with the Public Broadcasting Network, where you can handle the truth. And I would like to take this time to thank John Stadmiller, the owner of the station, and my producer, Mike S., for making it possible for us to tell the truth. You will not, and then I think all of the other hosts will agree, you will not get this kind of information anywhere else. We dig, we research, we bring you what is real. Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. And tonight we are discussing neuroscience and new human rights issues on TM Radio. The current human rights issues or human rights laws must be changed to include your thoughts, your hopes, and your dreams, or your intellectual property. Okay, let me get back if I can remember what I'm doing here. Many applications are becoming fodder for the newspapers, the false newspapers. They don't publish things like what the Activist Post publishes, or Before It's News, or the Republic Broadcasting Network. These same technologies bear the risk of creating an unparalleled form of intrusion into people's private sphere of life. potentially causing physical or psychological harm, or allowing undue influence on people's behavior, such as the targeted community. Undue influence is not the right phrase. These aspects will force a reconceptualization of certain human rights, or even the creation of new rights to protect people from potential harm. We are exploring the current possibilities and challenges of neurotechnology and the trends that will drive this ethical and legal reconceptualization. After carefully analyzing the relationship between neuroscience and human rights, we identify the 4 new rights that have become of relevance in the coming decades. And I have already mentioned them, but I can do that again. It's the right to cognitive liberty, the right to mental privacy, the right to mental integrity, and the right to psychological continuity. Very logical, very easy. It's up to our legislators to use the proper legal language so that not one perpetrator will slip away through the cracks from these new laws. For quite some time, the very boundaries of the skull have been generally considered the separation line between the observable and unobservable. This dimension of the living human being. There have been primitive forms of neurosurgery used in ancient societies, including pseudoscientific procedures such as trepanation, which is actually boring a hole into your head. And this allowed the observation and even manipulation and selective removal of brain tissue, yet the neural and mental processes run in the brain and underlying emotions, reasoning, and behavior remained unobservable. The early scientists, ancient scientists, thought they could just look inside and see what was going on. But naturally, that could not happen. In contrast, these modern advancements in neurotechnology have started to unlock the human brain. There are insights into brain processes as well as their link to respectively mental states and observable behavior. As far back as 1878, the scientist Richard Canton discovered the transmission of electrical signals through an animal's brain. 46 years later, the first human electroencephalograph was recorded. Since then, a neurotechnological revolution has taken place inside and outside the clinics. And thank God that some of it has taken place outside the clinics and in the commercial world where it is showing up everywhere. In the 90s, sometimes we refer to this as the decade of the brain. The use of imaging techniques for neurobehavioral studies. These studies increased dramatically. Today, as a wide and rapidly expanding spectrum of neuroimaging technologies has become clinically and commercially available, the non-invasive recording and display of patterns of brain activity, often associated with the completion of physical or cognitive tasks, has become standard practice. So the medical industry has become the father of the military machine, or at least its use of this information. DARPA brags about being able to give vets a new lease on life that have been severely injured in war. And that is a wonderful thing. But at the same time, it was in the guises of creating a computer brain, or AI. They want to develop a hive that houses everyone's brain in terms of inert function, memories, facts, and the like. In addition, derivatives of the EEG technique, such as evoked potentials. Now, evoked potentials can be defined as watching an oscilloscope. When you see a peak, that is an evoked potential, something that is happening. In addition, EPs and event-related potentials, ERP, allowed to average EEG responses to the presentation and processing of stimuli. So we're getting into an area here where they're getting down to what my dad would call brass tacks. Another technique, which I've already mentioned, functional magnetic resonance imaging. Now, this is, as I said, something that is totally brand new. And this allows to measure brain's electrical activity indirectly by using hemodynamic responses or cerebral blood flow as markers or indirect markers. Now, this is called lowercase f, capital M, capital R, capital I. Now, fMRI techniques can localize brain activity, graphically display patterns of brain activation, and determine their intensity by color-coding the strength of activation. fMRI techniques are implemented for a variety of purposes, including pre-surgery risk factors assessment and functional mapping of brain areas to detect abnormalities. And an example is hemispherical, left-right hemispherical asymmetry in language and memory regions. In addition, a number of neurological conditions, including depression and Alzheimer's disease, can now be diagnosed with the use of fMRI. But I'm going to drop ahead just a little bit, and I'm going to tell you that this fMRI is what they are going to use to scan someone for future COB. Now, what they're not telling you is the delivery method, the infamous delivery method. Right here, we can see it. It's an MRI machine, a functional MRI machine. The capacity of these machines and their techniques to map brain functioning has been tested effective also in gaining insights into people's intentions, views, and attitudes. Scientists were able to infer from decoded brain activity which actions participants in their trial were intending to perform. The task in question was to decide whether to add or subtract two numbers and to covertly hold their intention for a few seconds. During that delay, it was possible for scientists to determine with 70% accuracy. Now that's BS, because I'll tell you it's 100% accuracy. Which of two tasks the subjects were covertly intending to perform? In another study, they toured several virtual reality homes and then had their brains scanned while touring another selection. By IDing certain patterns of the brain for each house, they were able to determine which houses their subjects had been to before. Now, this is actually a further enhancement, because with remote neural monitoring, V2K, and the maladies that we have had for years, you have to enter into the equation habits. Every day, they follow your habits. Humans are a creature of habit. And the perps use this against you. Okay, folks, we once again have to go to commercial. Thank you for listening.
Don't believe the church and state and everything they tell you. Believe in me, I'm with the high command. Can you hear me?
Corporate media dominates the American opinion. Finding independent voices that counter this avalanche is becoming increasingly difficult. With the endless corruption running rampant throughout our government, independent voices are needed more than ever to battle the offensive against our freedoms and liberties. As a listener of RBN, no one understands this concept better than you. Now it's up to you to do your part. The time has come for you to take action and begin broadcasting the truth to hundreds or thousands of people every month. Sound impossible? Quite the contrary. With pointed slogans from LibertyStickers.com, you can reach countless sleeping Americans unaware that they live in a real-life wonderland. LibertyStickers.com has a huge inventory of political bumper stickers and messages that reflect the truth about our government, our politicians, and the future of America. With so many in stock, there's one perfect for you. Visit us today at LibertyStickers.com. Again, that's LibertyStickers.com. Do your part. Your voice is important. Let it be heard.
Homeowners, if your lender has gone out of business or sold your transaction to another lender or servicer, you may be the victim of a wrongful foreclosure, resulting in the loss of your home. If you've already lost your home, are in foreclosure, or even in good standing, you can challenge the mortgage transaction's illegal issue, and your property can be restored to you, and your foreclosure can be stopped or reversed, and the mortgage transaction declared unenforceable. State laws, U.S. title codes, the Uniform Commercial Codes, and U.S. Supreme Court rulings have upheld that defective mortgage documentations can reverse or stop foreclosures and enforce property title claims in favor of the homeowner. We are having successes in stopping the process of foreclosure, the enforcement of the foreclosure judgments, the sale of property, and evictions after the sale. We are not attorneys, and we don't give legal advice. We are a professional team of legal researchers, providing forensic mortgage audits and expert witnesses. We have the knowledge to produce the evidence and enforce laws regarding your legal issues. We've been in business for 12 years without a complaint. Consultations are free, and we provide a free title search to confirm if your mortgage has legal defects. Please call 855-253-3748. 855, 2, keep it today.
Talk Right, the conservative app offered by TalkStream Live that caters exclusively to the conservative talk radio community. Here you'll see only talk shows and podcasts from the conservative right. All the big broadcast names and online digital shows in one place. Talk Right makes it easy to find all your favorite conservative talkers with all the upscale features you come to expect from TalkStream Live. Keep up with the fast-paced political world. Download Talk Right today from Google Play or the App Store.
Hey, is that a new music app?
Yeah, check it out. Surfer Music Discovery. It links to thousands of online stations, but the twist is you see the song names and artists that are now playing live.
That's different. No guessing. Looks like a waterfall of music.
So many formats. Rock, oldies, country, R&B, jazz, and a whole lot more.
How's that spelled?
Surfer. S-U-R-F-R.
Is it expensive?
It's free. No need to sign up or sign in.
Get the Surfer Music app free from Google Play or the App Store.
Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight we have been discussing neuroscience and new human rights issues on TM Radio. Tomorrow evening we will be doing the same. Since we are just about out of time, I'm going to run down our basic ads and info. Our newsletter is free, and you can receive a copy by writing Frank at targetedmassachusetts.org. In the subject line, type newsletter. Or you can visit our site at targetedmassachusetts.org. And in the navigation, go to contact information. Please fill in your name, email address, cell phone number, and a short message. Or you can call me in the U.S. at 1-508-857-8334. Call into the station and ask a question at 800-313-9443. Or listen at 605-313-0163. Targeted Massachusetts Northeast Conference airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. By phone, 515-604-9715. Access code 708922. ID targeted. If you'd like to join us by computer, in your address bar, type join.freeconferencecall.com/targeted. Our YouTube channel is Targeted Massachusetts. Targeted Justice is hosting a rally and protest event in our nation's capital. This is taking place October the 18th through the 22nd. The registration fee is $35 and includes a free t-shirt. We encourage you to request a 5-minute audience with your congressman. You will need to make a request several weeks in advance. Make the request through your congressman's website and ask for an appointment October the 21st or the 22nd. In New York, we have a conference call for TI support. This occurs every Saturday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. By phone, 605-313. Okay, folks, we have to say goodnight. God bless and good night from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen.
Don't regret growing old. It's a privilege denied to many. Heart disease is taking our youth from us. Young people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond are dying needlessly. One of the hardest messages I've ever had to deliver is to convince people that something natural like Extendivite should be taken as a preventative measure. I'm sure you heard an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Extendivite is that ounce. Take Extendivite for 1 year and see what your doctor has to say and how much better you feel. Herbs take time to address the problem. It took years of life to have a problem. Give Extendivite 1 year to fix the problem. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com or visit us on Amazon.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
This is RBN, the Republic Broadcasting Network.